Around the world, communities deal with hunger, deprivation, malnutrition, disease, and all-around social malaise. America and the United States is not immune from these social diseases as well. In Southeastern San Diego, the heart and soul of the city, we're doing something about it. So often people who think they're familiar with Southeastern San Diego view it from a premise of lack, while we here view it from a premise of abundance and potential. We know the resources our community has. We know the resources our community needs and are taking steps day by day to build stronger bonds. Southeastern San Diego is trying to cast off the label of being a food desert being a place that doesn't have access to healthy fruits and vegetables.
There's a lot of food deserts in this community. And so myself, you know, like, I've grown up and everything was McDonald's, Jack in the Box, taco shops, ice cream trucks, you name it.
But it wasn't always the case.
In this neighborhood, when we came, there were grocery stores like Safeway and Big Bear and Mayfair and Alpha Beta.
Yeah.
The times just came and those services left. And so now gradually those services are coming back. One of the reasons I think the people are just so much more interested and they have seen the need, and there are other people, not just a few people are coming together. A lot of people are coming together and says, let's change all of that.
Food equity is food justice, and food justice is social justice. All across Southeastern San Diego, in neighborhoods from Encanto to Choice View, Skyline, Mount Hope, and Mountain View, gardens are popping up. Community is being built. People are taking ownership of their food and creating our own food system. Project New Village and the People's Produce Project are committed to food equity, urban agriculture, community building, and social wellness. Part of our work is to bring these elements together and create synergy in this important period in our lives, in history, and in our city. While we have taken up the mantle of this work and the good food movement in Southeastern San Diego, there are a number of residents for whom this was a way of life long before any talk of it became popular.
I started off when my mother sent me to the store to get some beans, and I spilled the beans and the beans started growing. I just couldn't believe that this dry bean that I liked so well had turned into a beautiful plant. So that was my first recollection of being involved in plants. So I've had plants ever since, some kind of way.
We have 2 families and one other single guy living here, so we're kind of learning what it looks like to live in intentional community here. This part of the area is really strange because it has bigger lots, probably than in a lot of places in San Diego City proper.
And also because the lots are so big, there's just so much potential for producing a lot of food.
Hi, my name is Robert Giambruno, and I live down here in Encanto, 92114. A lot of this is real easy. You dig a hole, you plant it in there, and there you go. And I think it gives you a relationship with that. Personally, I like it. I like the work. I like doing it.
In the beginning, there's nothing of this fencing that we built. There's nothing. It was just a big empty lot.
It went from nothing to something.
Through the efforts of Ms. Diane Moss and the residents of Southeastern San Diego, People's Produce Project has brought the farmers market back to Southeastern San Diego after its absence for some time.
Each community that has a farmers market, etc., I think is unique, and it becomes a hub. It becomes almost a sacred hub.
You interject a more personal thing. You probably, when you go there, you can talk to the person who's grown it. Okay, and you can ask he or she questions, and so I think you feel a little bit better about it. I would argue that it's probably better for you, if people aren't using a bunch of junk on it.
I'm really big on being able to expose this to other people, because now that I have it and I've been exposed to it, I feel very fortunate to have this here. not every neighborhood can say that they have a farmer's market. You know, I have people who's working to support the community with their best interest in mind.
Thank you, Mayor Sanders, and thank you, Councilmember Gloria, for including me in today's conference regarding community gardens and the proposed ordinance that would allow community gardens in commercial zones in the city of San Diego. As Councilmember Gloria stated, the People's Produce Project has been working to address food security in the 4th District since 2008. Council President Tony Young has been involved since the beginning, and in fact, he facilitated our relationship with SCDC and earmarked $50,000 in their budget for a community garden. SCDC worked with us for over a year, or nearly a year, to find property in Mount Hope, and ultimately allowed city property in that area to be used on a temporary basis for a community garden. And even with a lease agreement approved by SCDC Board of Directors and approved just last January by the Redevelopment Agency or City Council, and the garden is still pending because the site is located in a commercial zone.
Because of People's Produce, because of the work that they did, along with other food justice groups, it was very important to see the City Council vote to change the way things are done. And that's the only way change happens.
Project New Village and the People's Produce Project recently broke ground on the first community garden in Mount Hope.
So I think the thing to take home from this is that things can be done, like not to give up, that you set your eye on getting some, and you continue to organize, get with allies of the same mindset, and keep pushing forward. This was a good day in the city of San Diego and the county of San Diego for food justice.
We do have a garden plot, you know.
Yeah, the Mount Hope garden.
Yes, yeah, we have a garden plot. And to grow your own and sell them? Oh boy, that would be wonderful.
The Mount Hope Community Garden, that's a big thing. To have those natural foods, to have that access to that, that's a huge step into bringing the community together.
Access to healthy fruits and vegetables, access to culturally appropriate food, urban agriculture, the ability to cultivate your own plot within the middle of the city, reinvigorating multi-generational interactions in our communities, the transmission of knowledge, the telling of stories and histories of our communities are all parts of these processes, leading to greater social wellness. Private citizens, non-profit organizations, corporations, local government, all working together to create a better San Diego for all of us.
We've all heard this discussion about these areas where we don't have opportunities to get fresh produce. We have to drive 10, 15 miles to even buy fresh produce in areas that are outside this community. Well, the reason why I love this project is that we don't always have to go and ask for somebody to sell us some produce. We can grow that produce right here in our own community with our own hands, like we used to do. And it's such an empowering idea, it's such an empowering concept for this community to be able to take hold and say, you know what, we can do it ourselves. You know what, Bonds, Ralphs, and all you all don't want to come to this community, we can do this ourselves.
We're trying to take control of that back and put it in the hands of the people within our communities, because who knows better what we need than ourselves. But we can't stop here. We need to continue to get people involved and get our food and the movement growing.